Welcome to 12 News at 4. I'm Walt Grayson.
And I'm Melanie Christopher. Thank you for joining us. Here's some of the stories we're following today, August 12th. Now at 4, COVID cases in Mississippi are increasing dramatically, reaching daily levels we have never seen before in our hospitals.
It is our concern that we may have to pivot to virtual learning.
Governor Reeves takes action extending the COVID state of emergency for 30 more days.
And the new COVID executive order issued by Jackson Mayor Chokwe Antar Lumumba requires all city employees to receive their first vaccine shot by August 31st. Breaking news now out of the Vicksburg Warren School District. It has now issued a universal mask mandate for all students, staff, and campus visitors. This mask mandate is effective immediately and it will remain in effect until further notice. The school district also says it strongly recommends that everyone ages 12 and older be fully vaccinated. Well, it has been another warm day for sure. Let's get a check on the weather with meteorologist John Conway. John?
Well, one bit of good news, it wasn't quite as hot as it's been the last couple days, and our heat advisory was canceled early. Right now, though, we're just tracking some showers and thunderstorms, mainly south and east of the Natchez Trace into the Pine Belt. They're slowly making their way up to the northwest. So in the Jackson area, I think there's a possibility, maybe a stray storm around the time of the evening commute. Otherwise, partly cloudy and steamy. Look at that, only going down to around 80 degrees around 10 p.m. And in the Hattiesburg area, we're going to keep those scattered thunderstorms for another couple of hours before another very, very muggy overnight. But we do have some changes coming up. Not quite as hot over the next couple days, but we're going to be increasing our chances of rain as we look ahead to the weekend and next week. We're also going to be visiting with Tropical Depression Fred and see what that's up to, and that full forecast coming your way in just about 12 minutes.
Hey, thank you, John. Well, today, Governor Tate Reeves announced he's extending the state of emergency for another 30 days. It was set to expire on Sunday.
But he's again saying no to people calling for him to announce a mask mandate. 12 News' Tao Ta talked with teachers who want masks mandatory in schools. Tao?
Well, today, the Mississippi Association of Educators, along with the American Academy of Pediatrics, called on Governor Tate Reeves to reconsider his position on masks in K through 12 buildings. Now, that doesn't seem likely anytime soon, as he remains firm on his stance of no statewide mask mandates or lockdowns. In an interview today, he said it's a decision best made on the local level. Just a few weeks ago, the Mississippi Association of Educators president urged for masks in schools. COVID-19 case numbers in classrooms forced schools statewide to pivot to virtual learning and in some cases change mask rules.
Students are returning to crowded classrooms many times. Our students are on buses that are crowded as well. So the one thing we can do to help assist and to help slow the spread is to ask for students to wear masks.
The announcement from MAE this morning comes a day after officials at UMMC have moved to convert a parking garage to a 50-bed field hospital. In the meantime, the American Academy of Pediatrics is urging the FDA to approve COVID-19 vaccines in children younger than 12. Walt?
Hey, thank you, Tao. Well, 2 Jackson pastors are calling on officials to do more to stop the spread of COVID-19 in Mississippi.
12 News' Leah Williams has their message for Governor Tate Reeves and other leaders.
Pastor Greg Divinity of New Vineyard Church and Pastor F.L. Blunt of Greater Tree of Life voiced their concerns about the recent wave of COVID cases today.
We have to look at this as not just a number, but we have to look at this as human lives that are being affected.
They are pushing to get more people vaccinated as they have seen the effects of COVID firsthand.
I have gotten phone calls from friends and family concerning COVID death.
Their biggest concern is that with COVID cases spiking and kids starting school, children may start contracting and spreading the virus. The pastors say in order to stop the spread, Mississippians need elected officials to step up. Now the duo is calling on Governor Tate Reeves to implement a statewide mask mandate.
We're asking our government to mandate mask wearing and push more for vaccinations.
Let us not allow politics to be in the midst of lives of the people.
Their goal is not only to get the governor, but to also get other elected leaders to encourage vaccinations and wearing a mask.
What the leadership is saying do is basically what you'll see the people do. So that's why it's important that the leadership, those in leadership, push for elements of safety.
Today, Governor Tate Reeves kept his stance against the statewide mask mandate, saying that decision is best made on the local level. In Jackson, Leah Williams, 12 News.
A record day in the COVID pandemic. Mississippi's newest COVID cases are inching closer to 5,000 a day. Today, MSDH is reporting 4,412 cases along with 20 additional deaths. The total number of cases are at 376,000 with 7,330 deaths.
Hattiesburg's Forest General Hospital reports a total number of 119 patients hospitalized with COVID-19 as of today. 15 of them are vaccinated, while 104 are unvaccinated. And additionally, there are 28 unvaccinated patients in the ICU and 4 vaccinated patients in the ICU. And 13 of the patients are on ventilators right now at Forest General. None of the patients on ventilators have been vaccinated.
Now, some Americans will soon be asked to get a third COVID-19 shot. This is a booster shot.
Yeah, this comes as the Delta variant continues to spread in many areas of the country, sending hospitalizations up and causing concerns about kids returning to school. CBS News has confirmed the FDA will authorize a COVID-19 booster shot for people with compromised immune systems. Dr. Anthony Fauci says all Americans may need a booster shot in the future, just not right now.
Now, we don't feel at this particular point that apart from the immune compromised, we don't feel we need to give boosters right now. But importantly, we are following this in real time, literally on a weekly and monthly basis.
Health officials are struggling to convince a lot of Americans to get their first vaccine dose. And the large number of unvaccinated people is what's mostly responsible for spreading the Delta variant. We are averaging 113,000 new COVID cases per day in this country. That's a more than 400% increase over what it was the same time last month.
Tonight, Jackson's mayor is talking about the vaccine mandate that's going into effect for all city workers. 12 News' Gary Burton is live at City Hall where the mayor explained his decision. Gary?
Well, the new COVID executive order issued by Jackson Mayor Chokwe Antar Lumumba requires all city employees to receive their first vaccine shot by August 31st, and they must be able to provide proof. Now, within 30 days of receiving their first shot, they are required to receive their second dose if they acquire a 2-dose vaccine. Now, in the alternative, if city employees decline to provide a vaccination, then they must provide proof of a negative test every week to their supervisors at their own cost, and will continue to wear face coverings at all times when at the workplace and or during working hours.
With the escalating COVID numbers in our city, with challenges of transmissibility of the virus within city departments, we felt alongside the COVID task force that this was a prudent and necessary move in order for the city to make.
And the mayor says there are exceptions to this executive order for health and religious purposes, but those will be taken care of on a case-by-case basis. And this order will take effect beginning on Monday, August the 16th. Live at City Hall, I'm Gary Burton Jr., 12 News.
Hey, thank you, Gary. Well, nearly 32,000 people have gotten a COVID-19 vaccination in Mississippi so far this week. Jackson Public Schools is hoping to boost that number among students. 12 News' Anthony Howard is live at Wingfield High School to tell us about the school system's vaccine drive during this first week back in classes. Anthony?
Well, Walt, JPS is teaming up with Trust Care to provide vaccination to high school students. That vaccination drive began on Tuesday morning at Murrah High School, and today students at Jim Hill High School and Provine High School had their opportunity to receive their first dose of the COVID-19 vaccine. According to Jim Hill High School Vice Principal Larry Armstrong, many students and faculty took advantage of the vaccination opportunity. The vaccine coordinators say they vaccinated over 60 students at the high school today. Trust Care workers expect that number to rise as they continue traveling to other high schools in the city. People tell me that this opportunity can be beneficial for students and the community.
I think it's a blessing. Seeing that the data and the statistics that you guys have here in your areas, it's steadily increasing. The numbers have tripled in, I guess, a good week.
But parents who don't got cars or can't, like they work late, it's helpful for them.
Our main thing now is to assure that they have a safe environment. This shot allows us the opportunity to help them to remain as healthy as possible.
Actually. Trust Care is scheduled to return to the schools in the upcoming weeks to administer the second dose of the vaccine. According to Trust Care workers, the vaccination is available for students, parents, faculty, and staff. And tomorrow they will be here at Wingfield High School offering vaccinations beginning at 1:30 p.m. and they will go on until 4 o'clock in the evening. Live in Jackson, Anthony Howard, 12 News.
Thank you, Anthony. The CDC is out with new guidance urging those who are pregnant to get vaccinated as soon as possible. The agency found the vaccine does not increase the chances of a miscarriage. And this comes as the U.S. averages more than 113,000 daily COVID cases and nearly 10,000 people are hospitalized with the disease every single day. Those patients include pregnant women and new moms who have not gotten the shot. Dr. Denise Jameson is chair of gynecology and obstetrics at Emory University Hospital. She's concerned about low rates of vaccination among those who are pregnant.
They're more likely to be hospitalized, more likely to need care in an intensive care unit, more likely to have to be on a ventilator, and more likely to die. I understand that pregnant persons sometimes are afraid of vaccines and other interventions, but I'm afraid of what this virus is doing.
So far, only 23% of pregnant women in the U.S. are vaccinated. Now, we'll send it over to John in the Weather Lab.
Well, the Mississippi Braves are home in Pearl tonight hosting Biloxi. They're looking for their 6th straight win. They're looking for your support as well. Around the time of first pitch, 90 degrees with a slight chance of a pop-up shower or rumble of thunder. Otherwise, it's going to be a partly cloudy and steamy evening over in Rankin County. Coming up, we've got some more rain in the forecast. We're going to check in on the tropics as well after the break.
This month, we're focused on fitness and we're heading to the YMCA.
We're trying to find as many ways to work out as possible, so join us this Friday at the Morning Sip live at 6 a.m.